Alright, in this video we're going to be taking a quick look at iOS 18 Beta 3 re-release. This was just seeded to developers yesterday, alongside the first public beta as well. And so the primary reason that Apple has re-released Beta 3 of iOS 18 is to basically synchronize the build numbers between the developer beta 3 and the public beta 1. As we can see here, so if we go in here to settings, so what you're currently looking at, this is beta 3 re-release build number, and down below here, you can see on the bottom of this page is the original beta 3 prior to the re-release. So as you can see, the build numbers are slightly different, and again, that is just to synchronize the new beta number to the public beta 1. Again, not entirely sure why Apple needs to do that, but there is apparently some internal reasons that it needs to be done. So moving on to some of the changes and or new features within this re-release of Beta 3. The first one is not necessarily a new feature, but it is a change. Basically what has happened is within the emoji keyboard, basically anywhere that you can type text and have an emoji keyboard, previously, you were able to have a dedicated sticker section on this bottom bar down here where it says ABC and then all of the little sections or tabs of emojis that you can jump to. Previously, in the original version of Beta 3, as you can see here, on that bottom bar, you have a dedicated sticker button as well as a dedicated emoji sticker button, or Memoji sticker button. The second thing that you can't do anymore is put stickers in a row when typing a message, whether it be a text message or SMS or an iMessage. Not entirely sure why Apple removed the ability to do that, but in the original Beta 3, you could go and add several stickers in a row within the text field. In re-release of Beta 3, you could see if you tap on a sticker to try to add more than one in one particular message, you can see here it doesn't do anything. The more you tap on the sticker, it just kind of flashes and says that you can only add one at a time. So not really entirely sure why Apple reverted back. My only guess is that there is some sort of bug relating to that particular feature of the emoji keyboard, and Apple needs to kind of refine it before they re-add it back in a future beta. Next up is involving voice memos, and it is now the ability to record stereo audio within the Voice Memos app, and there is a toggle to enable that within settings. So if we jump down here to app section and try to find voice memos, so jump down to V, there we go, so you click voice memos. And at the very bottom of this menu, you can now see there is an option for stereo recording. So you can turn that on or off depending on your preference. But if you do turn it on, any audio recorded within the Voice Memos app will now be captured with stereo audio, which is actually pretty cool. And there has been quite a few people requesting that feature to be added. So it is very, very nice that it is now available. And for those that don't want the stereo audio, you still have, again, that option to turn it off and just have standard mono audio if that is your preference. Next up, this is a little bit of a change again, not necessarily a new feature, but the original message in the original Beta 3 that would tell you within your battery section whether or not you have an update happening in the background that is using more power than usual, has for some reason also been removed. So in the original Beta 3, as you can see here, I'll put up a little bit of a screenshot of what it looked like. But in Beta 3, you had this message that would show up after installing a new update on your device that would tell you if a particular update was using background power. However, in the re-release of Beta 3, we no longer have that message show up. So as you can see here, if I go to last 10 days and you see my battery history, so I had just installed this re-release of Beta 3, and you can see that message is not anywhere in the usage. So for whatever reason, Apple has removed that. Again, I can only assume it is due to some sort of a bug involving that particular new feature. This next little snippet here pertains to Apple Intelligence. As we all know, Apple Intelligence is still not available even in the re-release of Beta 3. However, there have been a few users that have noted that some aspects of Apple Intelligence have seemingly to randomly activate and get access to it for those particular users. However, this seems to be a very rare occurrence. Not very many people have reported that. So it is kind of a very specific thing for specific people that are somehow getting access to certain features within Apple Intelligence. Next up is a bug fix. So if we go into the home screen editing menu, the editing menu for the dark mode, light mode, and the tinting of the icons, as well as the changing of the large or small size, this menu, or customization menu rather, has been greatly improved compared to Beta 3, as well as Beta 2 and Beta 1. It works so much better now, so you can jump between the different customization icon options, and it basically just works now. As you can see, though, sometimes the widgets up there will kind of get glitchy still, so it's not 100% perfect, but it is miles and worlds better than it has been before. Again, I'll put up a little bit of a screenshot to what it looked like and how it functioned in Beta 2. As you can see here, all the icons were blanked out and just had that white grid around it, and just was really, really glitchy, really buggy. But yeah, so in this re-release of Beta 3, the icon customization is significantly better than it has been in all of the past or previous betas. So super nice that is coming along nicely. Next up involves Spotlight. Again, this is a little bit of a bug fix. But previously, the keyboard within Spotlight would not always show up, or it would kind of show up in a little bit of a glitchy way. So if I open it, as you can see there, it still is a little bit glitchy and jumps around. But in this re-release of Beta 3, the consistency of the keyboard opening and being usable is just a lot better than it was. So as you can see, it kind of glitched initially there in the very beginning, but now opening it, it's pretty consistent and pretty fast now at opening each time I want to use it. And lastly here, or one of the last things, involves performance. So performance is generally good. Again, I do tend to get a little bit of slowdowns. Now this is still an older device. This is a second generation iPhone SE that I am currently testing the beta on. But yeah, so it does seem like the overall performance is fairly stable. Considering this is only the third beta, it is significantly stable, much more stable than in Beta 1 and Beta 2 ever was. So that seems to be great. But again, going back to the keyboard, now this is the system keyboard, not just Spotlight. So the system keyboard in every aspect, so such as you're typing a message in iMessage or in the Notes app or something, the system keyboard does have a tendency to still lag while you're typing or something like that. So that can kind of get a little bit annoying. And it's something that was kind of introduced now in the re-release of Beta 3. It wasn't as bad in the original Beta 3. So for whatever reason, something has happened in the re-release that has caused the system keyboard to kind of be sluggish and a little bit laggy. So I'm hoping that will get fixed, which it more than likely will. The battery seems to also be pretty decent. It's fairly similar to how it was in Beta 3, the original version of Beta 3. So the battery life it's okay, it's decent, not great. Has a long way to be improved because I cannot get a full day out of the battery, which on iOS 17.5.1, I believe, on this particular device, I was actually able to get pretty close to a full day's use. And now, within the iOS 18 betas, that is just absolutely not the case. This phone dies about halfway through the day now, so that is something that really, really needs to be improved. And just to end things here, so all of what I'm talking about currently in this re-release of Beta 3 as well as everything that I have discussed and shown in the first and second betas of iOS 18. All are contained within the first public beta, which again is now available as well. So if you are someone that wants to go and download the public beta, everything that I'm talking about here will pertain to that public beta as well. So for those that were wondering of that, you will have all the same features and same bug fixes and updates within the public version. So that is basically it for this video. Those are all of the notable changes and or updates to within this re-release of Beta 3. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated, helps out the channel immensely, and hit that thumbs up button as well. That also helps out the channel. Basically tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend my videos to more people, which is my ultimate goal. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I'm really trying to get to 100,000 subscribers at some point. So if we could help me get to that goal, that would be super awesome. And yeah, again, with that all being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.